I was in the Air Force, stationed in Drambuie, off the Barbary coast. I used to hang out at the Magumba Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It was worse than Detroit.
Hello and welcome to episode 80, Ochenta, of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. Now, the lead-in that you just heard is a hint as to what you can expect tonight, aside from the title saying News Source Detroit 73, and that was from the movie Airplane. But I don't want to leave our cousins across the pond out, so here is your worse than Detroit bit, friend.
These are the Harz Mountains of Asia, a terrain so rugged, so treacherous, no country will claim it.
Worse than Detroit?
I'm afraid so.
Ha ha ha, fun was had all around. Now, the reason I did that is because, as I said, we're going to discuss Detroit, 1973. This is July 13th. Now, up until very recently, like a week ago, the only recordings that we had available for this Detroit show on July 13th is a soundboard tape that has like the last half of the show, Moby Dick through, part of Moby Dick through part of the Dancing Days encore. Now, before I go on, let me correct something I said last week when I talked about the Detroit tape coming out and how it had a previously unheard complete version of Thank You. My bad. It does not. It is not Thank You that we have complete for the first time. It is Dancing Days, which we have complete for the first time. A song not played often in 1973. And then never again after that, except for the acoustic bit on 77. I can't remember the date. 6/27 maybe? Excuse me. So, apologies for that. There's not a thank you. And when I got on the Discord, they were immediately like, oh, God. Mark said there's a thank you, not Dancing Days. I'm like, I'm on it. They're tracking me down and correcting me. And then I said I was going to just say some bullshit like they were hoarding it and it was a great... after Dancing Days, there's an organ solo into Louie Louie, into Everyday People, into Highway Star by Deep Purple, then into Thank You. But no, that's not the case. The people on the Discord, the Dogs of Doom Discord, are really nice, really thorough. They're digging up stuff all over. And a lot of it is probably stuff that had been hoarded and known about, but there are people who are looking into video archives on the footage that's available. And there's a lot, comparatively, of video footage that was professionally shot and is archived in places. We can't get to it. We can't buy it, even though it's supposed to be for sale or for leasing and licensing, but it exists, so that's a start. And they're also hunting down and tracking down all these new, neat little shows. The week before last, I think, they discovered and liberated a 1977 tape for a show that already exists. It's not a great tape at all, quality-wise, but it is a new source for it. The reason why I'm so vague, because I didn't really pay attention to it, because it was not like it's just one for the completists. But this tape is a perfectly fine, very good audience recording of this Detroit show that was previously unknown to exist. And basically, a human being with the username Golden Retriever found a friend of the taper and then contacted them, talked over a few months, established connection and established bona fides, and that I'm, showing that A, he's not crazy, and did not bombard him with gimme, 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 which is always the worry. When something new like this is discovered, people go crazy. Like the September 23rd, Tokyo footage from 71. There's like 40 minutes of Super 8mm stage footage. Really good. Really good. And the person who posted it on YouTube was just assaulted by people who were like, how much is it? We'll buy it from you. Let me transfer it. I can do a transfer. I'm a big Led Zeppelin collector. Gimme. What else do you have? 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 And just freaked the dude out. Because, it's one thing to be like, oh, look at this neat thing I found. Hey, look at this. I was at this show. Here, everybody. Welcome to my little memory lane. And then just be inundated, inbox flooded with people who are like, I would like to buy that from you. How much do you want to buy that for? Gimme. And this did not happen because the Dogs of Doom Discord group, they're not filled with assholes like that. Not assholes. I'm not going to say that the people who did it were assholes, but it's a kinder, gentler group, and I can't help but think it's because they're, by and large, or at least my contacts, my handlers, are much younger. So I think they're just, I don't know. They're wonderful. I can't say enough about it. So Golden Retriever eventually connected with the guy that had the tape and convinced him to transfer the tape and send a digital copy. He received a CD and transferred it, and then it was revised and released. And that's what we're going to listen to tonight, and that's what you will be able to download from heartofmarkness.com. Complete show. Good show. Nice 73 show. And 73 is when The Song Remains the Same came out. So if you're a casual Zepp fan, just checking in, this is essentially the same set list as The Song Remains the Same movie. Different performance. Great playing, great chemistry. I think I might give The Night Before on the 12th in Detroit the nod as for being the superior show. But again, we're still in the good era of Led Zeppelin where we don't have to really grade on the curve. And a good show means superlative, and slightly not as good show still means superlative. It's not like 77 where it's like, whoops, you don't want to listen to that one. That one's a disaster. Well, there are still high water marks. So, Golden Retriever, thank you. And Bert and Ed revised it, two different human beings. And their work. You certainly know their work. And I imagine it's just a matter of time before a nice merge or a matrix is made, taking the soundboard and overlaying it with the audience tape for half of the show. But I'm releasing what there is now because it's exciting. Everybody was excited to find it. And what I love about this crew is that when they find something or when they create something, their goal is to share it freely. Badge Holder Blues, months and months of research and effort and syncing and finding footage, enhancing footage, optimizing footage to match the audience, to match the audio, and given out for free. There are so many things that they have on the in the hopper to release that are just glorious, and they're still popping out these audio treasures that they find. And just today, Led Zeppelin Film, I think it was today. If it wasn't today, it was yesterday. Released a new transfer of a Super 8 film from Mannheim 1980. I think it's Mannheim. I'm never right when I go from memory, so they'll correct me and I'll apologize next week. But it's a great transfer. It's a high def transfer, a 2K transfer of the film. So it's even better. I mean, it's still Super 8, but it's able to soak and extract as much data from that film as possible. And, at some point, not too distant future, there will be a 1980 version of Badge Holder Blues that's going to have a lot more still photos because there's comparatively very little footage from the 80 tour. And what there is very fragmentary. But you're going to love it. It's going to, again, transform this tour, which is kind of a, if you don't listen to the 80 tour, in a lot of ways, you're not missing much. But it's going to transform it and legitimize it and, bring it in a new light. It's a remarkable time to be a Led Zeppelin fan, which is interesting to say 50 years down the line. So all praise to the Mighty Dogs of Doom Discord group and the great group of human beings that are there, that are very, very nothing but kind to me, nothing but helpful, and in return, I do my best to evangelize their work because it's worth it. It's good stuff. Alrighty. Well, is there anything else we need to discuss? I don't think so. Whoops, I just closed everything. So let's go. What are we going to listen to? Now, since Moby Dick through part of Dancing Days has been around forever on the soundboard, I'm not going to focus on the latter half of the concert, even though it's solid. I'm going to focus on the stuff that hasn't been heard before. And I think the first of which is going to be... I think it's going to be a song I don't recall playing before. I probably have in the last 80 episodes, but it's not one I really go to, so we're going to do Misty Mountain Hop. Because it's got a good groove, and we don't hear it much, and I'm trying very hard not to just go, here's Since I've Been Loving You, here's A Whole Lot of Love, here's Dazed and Confused. Because, they're the hits, but there's more to Zeppelin than just the big, long, epic songs. We'll get to them. Don't worry, we'll get to them. I'm going to play a nice long one. But for now, Misty Mountain Hop. Here we go.
People
you know what happens after that? Jimmy does his flurry of sloppy notes, and then it resolves into Since I've Been Loving You. Just like on The Song Remains the Same. But since it's on The Song Remains the Same, I am not going to play Sibley. Not going to do it. Because I do want to stretch out a little bit. And, I mean, Since I've Been Loving You is always a treat, except in 77 or 1980, when it is not a treat. But, you know, Misty Mountain Hop's something a little different. And again, the quality is fine. I would classify it as very good minus or good plus. Nah, it's very good. But, you know, somebody's going to remaster this at the very least. So there's going to be remasters, there's going to be revisions. Somebody may do a matrix or a merge, and it'll sound even better. But this is brand spanking new, totally listenable, by far not the worst thing I've played for you. And, you know, nobody's heard it except that dude that taped it, and maybe a couple of his friends, in the last 47 years. And now, thanks to Dogs of Doom, you know, the Zeppelin community knew about it. And now, thanks to Dogs of Doom and myself, we're disseminating it even further, because thousands of you will hear about this, and there's people that won't even, you know, it's getting out there. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to share the love. Because, brother, this is fun. All right. Now, in lieu of Since I've Been Loving You, I'm not going to play Dazed and Confused, because that's already available as a soundboard. But I am going to play No Quarter. Because A, it's a fun little song. B, it's not too ridiculously long in 1973. And C, there's some really cool interplay between Jimmy and Jonesy and Bonzo on this song that I've not heard elsewhere. I enjoy it. I really enjoyed it. And I hope you will too. So, ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure, let me make sure I have this date right, first of all, before... Because I don't wing it as much anymore. But I do want to make sure that I have the dates right and stuff, because I'm getting older, and you know, sometimes I occasionally indulge in the cannabis, which is not the greatest for memory. So I'm in my 50s, so I'm starting to get that, you know, grandma thing where the names don't come up when she calls every other name in the family before she gets you. That shit's starting to happen, so I should double up and make sure I'm doing my due diligence. This is July 13th at Cobo Arena, Detroit, Michigan. The lineage is first generation cassette to CD to you. The revisions are, it was speed corrected, always nice. Declicked, the channels were balanced, always nice. Overlap removed, and it was tracked. Again, always nice. So right now, we have... Oh, let me read the notes here. The notes are, lineage is questionable. It may be a second gen dubbed from a backup reel rather than the cassette masters, which no longer exist. Thanks to John Anthony, Charisma23, for taping. Thank you, Charisma23. Steve Mucha for transferring the tapes to CD. Golden Retriever for digitizing. Ed and Bert for revising. And Led Zepp Film for from the Dogs of Doom for release. What a team. What a team, what a team, what a team. I love what they do, and I'm humbled by what they do. And I wish I had more time to devote to participating in what they do, as opposed to hopping in and out of, I check every day. I see what's new. I don't participate all that much. And I should really work on that, because it's a good bunch of folks. Anywho, here's the set list for the show in case you want it. Here's what is on this audience tape. And it's the 73 set list, so no surprises other than Dancing Days at the end. Rock and Roll, Celebration Day, Black Dog, Over the Hills and Far Away, Misty Mountain Hop, Since I've Been Loving You, No Quarter, and there is a faded tape flip at 7 minutes. The song remains the same. The Rain song, Dazed and Confused, Stairway to Heaven, Moby Dick, Heartbreaker, Whole Lotta Love, and Dancing Days. Oh, Dazed and Confused is before Moby Dick. Well, I guess that hasn't been on the soundboard tape then. See, I'm glad I checked. Well, okay, maybe I'll have to make this a two-parter and put Dazed and Confused in there since we don't have that. And I'm not going to play it tonight because it's going to be... How long is Dazed? Dazed itself is 33 minutes long. Add a 13-minute no quarter, and we're 45 minutes in with just those two songs. And what are we at for the podcast already? We're already at 22 minutes. Nah. All right, I think I will make this a two-parter. No guarantees. We'll see what the feedback is, because it is not the most dynamic recording, although I'm sure someone will remaster it and make it sound better. But for now, let's hear bow now 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 bow now 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 bow now 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 bow now 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 bow now 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 brown no quarter. And, pay attention to this. There's great musicianship here, great interplay, and great connection between the band members. And, I hope you enjoy it. See you in about 15 minutes.
John Paul Jones, piano. Does anybody remember a place called the Brandy Ballroom? Gosh. How can you remember?
I liked that. I would like a more dynamic tape of that, but I liked that performance. I liked the part where Jimmy came up with a little wah-wah piece, and then Bonzo locked in with them, then Jonesy locked in with them, and it was a whole new thing. I love it when they do that. Such a good band. My goodness gracious, Brother Ignatius. Well, let's see. We're blowing through this episode, aren't we? Well then, time to remind you of everywhere you can find me. I am everywhere in all forms. I have many names, but those who know me call me Mark. And you can find me on Twitter at the Heart of Markness. You can follow me. You can also, if you have questions and want to reach me, you can reach me on Twitter very easily. Facebook, same deal. There's a Facebook group that's popping and has a life of its own, also called Heart of Markness. You have to ask to join, but I say yes. And then you're in with about 100 other folks who like Led Zeppelin and classic rock. great place to be and a great place to meet people, ask questions, make connections, find out stuff. Where do I get these shows? How do you do this? It's a good thing. I am also on YouTube. I've been putting just about every night I put up another episode. I think I'm current. I have from episode 79 going backwards to, I think I'm at episode 24 now. So going back a ways. And when I finish getting the episodes up and we're current, then I will switch over to the bonus episodes and start another playlist. But yeah, I'm on YouTube if that's your thing. They're not video, they're not video podcasts. It's just the podcast with a picture. But I am also there. And if you like what I do and you want to help me do it, you are welcome to become a patron of the Heart of Markness at patreon.com/Heart of Markness. You'll get an extra podcast a month just for you, and I will read your name, much like I'm about to read the names of these magnificent people, the titans upon whose shoulders rests the Heart of Markness. I hope you dig it. So here, a laurel and hearty handshake to these magnificent human beings who make this all happen. So thank you to, I'm going to go backwards this time. Mimo, Bonzo Billy, David, Mark, Peter, Other David, Tracy, Danielle, Brad, Wayne, Rob from Melbourne, Australia, Michael, and Chris. A special shout out to honorary patrons Evan and Jeremy. Much love. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to do this podcast. And now, let us listen, at long last, to the complete performance of Dancing Days from Detroit, July 13th, 1973, courtesy of the Dogs of Doom and Golden Retriever. Well, I guess one of the Dogs of Doom would be a Golden Retriever. Here we go.
enjoying. You've been great. Really great. Nice one. Thank you very much. And it's good night.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Back in the days when you could see a show like that for like $5. Jeepers creepers. It was $15 when I was in high school, and now it's $300. Preposterous. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, friends. I did turn up the gain on the sound a little bit, just by 3 dB. So it seemed to match it just seemed to sound a little better. It doesn't seem overdriven to me. I hope you enjoyed it. And, I did not mention my website in my litany of places you can find me. heartofmarkness.com. You'll be able to find this show and most every other show that I feature in its entirety for free download. So you'll be able to grab this Detroit show at heartofmarkness.com for yourself. Personally, I would wait a month or so, because I'm sure somebody's going to remaster it. But I don't know, maybe they're moving on to the next thing. Who knows? Not I. So do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law in this case. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will probably do a 2-parter next week, but let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I know the sound isn't exactly where I want it to be, although it's completely listenable. It's fine. So I don't know. I am leaning toward doing a 2-parter because I really want to put that Dazed and Confused on there since it hadn't been out before, and that's important. But if something else pops up, who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I do anticipate being home Saturday, probably later, in order to do the classic rock podcast that I do on the weekends, which features the Mike Millard releases of the week. Who knows who it will be? Not I. Not I. Last week, I think it was Elton John. We've had Elton John, Jethro Tull, Thin Lizzy, Queen, Yes, Jimmy Page, Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Elton John again. So many people. I can't even remember anymore, all of them. But every weekend, I do a classic rock show that is not necessarily Zeppelin related. It is typically the latest release by the Gems Group, who are releasing weekly masters from the Michael Millard tape collection. He was a legendary stealth taper who made great quality recordings. And every Saturday, they release a new tape of his. And I think with the exception of maybe Return to Forever, I've highlighted all of them, or almost all of them. I'm sure there's been a couple that I was like, you know what? No. But yeah, so you'll hear from me this weekend too. All right, everybody. Thank you very, very much for listening. I love doing this. I hope you like hearing it. If you like me, feel free to be a patron if you want to and you have the wherewithal. If you want to support me and the show, you can also leave a review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to. If it's on Stitcher, Podbean, Google, Apple, whatever you are listening to, if it has a place to leave reviews, it is an honest-to-goodness, tangible benefit to me if you leave one. So that's there. Another thing is if you share, like when I post the show on Facebook or Twitter, if you can share it, you can retweet it. Liking it is great, but a retweet spreads it so your people see it as well. Get the word out. Always looking to do that. Otherwise, happy Halloween. And I will talk to you soon. Be good to yourself and each other. Bye-bye.